So now I know that you talk a lot about NIST CSF, right?
Sure.
Could you help the audience understand, number one, what is it? What does it apply to?
Sure.
And what does the maturity scale actually look like? Does that protect, the levels of protection, if you may,
Yeah.
for companies?
Well, so again, it's just guidelines. So if you don't have a cybersecurity program, NIST is National Institute of Technology. They've created this framework for cybersecurity. In parts, there's others like NIST classifications and things like that for government security that are a little bit more prescriptive. But just the cybersecurity framework has a maturity guide for the different areas that they cover. It's good guidelines. So if you don't have cybersecurity or you're kind of winging it, they have a self-assessment that you can take. It's I think 1 through 5 is the grading scale, and it just determines how mature is the process. Do we have KPIs and SLAs, and are we measuring that? Do we send this to the executives? Are they getting briefed on it? Or is this fully managed or is it not? And frankly, I think a lot of people, even large companies, if they fully went through that, they would find gaps, and that's fine. The whole point of doing that and walking through that a framework like that is so that you can identify what areas you need to work on, right? It's just like any other test or self-assessment. I think a lot of places get caught up on SOC 2 and PCI and things like that they need to do commerce, which is great. But to get those, you usually have to have some framework. And I like that one because it's provided for free. It's pretty well-rounded, and it's not necessarily too prescriptive. So you have some room to kind of make some decisions there.
And it's a good starting point, a free assessment to say, okay, have we been there? Okay,
well, and a lot of companies will have the ability to walk you through assessments, right? So even if you have an established cybersecurity provider, it's good to have someone else come out and kind of give you a fresh take on your view.
Yeah.
You may disagree with them, and that's perfectly fine. That's part of the risk analysis process, is walking through these things.
Got it. Now, if a company's starting GRC, let's say they haven't done anything yet, right? Like they just feel, hey, they need to do something. What's step one for them? What would you recommend as starting point?
It would depend on who's kind of leading risk and making that determination. If you're if you go to you're a security manager, an IT manager, your work is going to be a lot harder than if you're a CISO or a CTO or SVP of technology or something like that. Those conversations differ in how you approach it depending on what level you are. So that's where someone like myself can come in and kind of help you navigate how to do that. But let's say you're a more senior person, maybe in the executive team, you would work with who owns risk. That might be the legal team, that might be finance. Someone on the board or someone on the executive team owns the risk of the organization. So if whatever that person is, that's the person you work with, and you find out what their risk appetite is and kind of take it back from there on what you can do for investments or which direction to go. That person will also tell you what their concerns are. So they have regulatory and compliance requirements. Maybe they're publicly traded, so that's like Sarbanes-Oxley in the US, Companies Act in the UK, right? There's different requirements there. There's GDPR, all of these.